Hi everybody, this is Daniel Miko here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to research audiences the right way and how to get audiences that will give you an ROI each and every time you think about running an ad. Now let me tell you a short story of what happened about a day or so ago. Many of you remember I'd started this case study. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. That I wanted to run on this case study, and I didn't go ahead with that case study immediately, and I'm starting on Monday, and here's why. I haven't really created an e-commerce store myself before, but I have a lady who works for me. She's called Kate, and she's created 5 stores. I've run the ads, I've shown her how to go about everything, I've taught her what to do, and I think we're making about between 6 to 9,000 a month from those stores, the 5 stores between amongst them. But here's what played on my mind. When I went out to start the journey, I knew I could make the money in 2 or 3 days. But I have a very systematic way in which I run my ads. The first 2 days I use them for testing. The next 2 days I use them for for exploring and scaling. Yeah. And every day after that, I use it to even expand and scale them more. But then I figured out I could spend a lot of money. For example, I could spend $500 to just show you that this thing can work, and then end up making back 500. And I would get back 500, which would be a very cool thing. But then I said, okay, what if it doesn't happen? Then what? Now that played on my mind, and that is one of the things that I'll talk about. I've been running a series on one of the radio talk shows I'm having, and it's called The Invisible War. We have invisible wars that go on in our minds every single day. Our mind is where the biggest battles of our lives go on. And for a person who wants to start Facebook ads or who wants to run Facebook ads, this is one of the things that is going to really play hard on you. You've not run ads before, you've not tried ads before, you've had people who are saying they're losing money, you've had all these sorts of things. And instead of actually going ahead and running ads and losing maybe $10, $20 or $30 or $100, you're better off getting the next course or training or joining the next group or doing everything else except running the ads. And this is something that bogs down a lot of businessmen. It bogs down a lot of people who are running ads. It destroys people a lot, that fear of failure. So I'll talk more about this in upcoming videos. But today I want to show you how to do audience research. Oh, and by the way, I'm still going to do the case study, only that this time I'm starting later on. I'll start tomorrow and finish on Wednesday. I had a problem with my Slingly account, and I couldn't proceed with doing what I wanted to do. Though I have the stores set up, but I couldn't exactly do what I wanted to do. There's an issue. There's a privacy issue that was compromised. So that has to first be sorted before I can use Slingly to show you how to show people how to create a store in maybe 30 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know. But anyway, let's go into why I've done this short video. This short video is to show you how to research audiences the right way. Now, before I start any single Facebook ads, there's a few things I take into consideration. 1, I want to look at competitors. 2, I want to use Facebook's own tool. And you'll know the reason why I go through all these processes. But let me show you the first way in which I find audiences for my ads. So for example, I will go to Facebook, my user profile. Then when you come to a user profile, most of the times there are ads. If you don't have an ad blocker, you'll see are you seeing things like this? Sponsored ads. Yeah, you'll see sponsored ads. Like really, you see this one. You see this? Okay. So what I usually will do is I'll come here and I'll do something here. Okay, are you seeing this? Why am I seeing this? You click on that. The first thing I do before I click on that is save this. After saving it, I right click on this ad was useful. Then I click on why am I seeing this. When you click on why are you seeing this, Facebook is going to give you the reason. And it says the reason you're seeing this ad is that Wilco Decray added you to an audience of people they want to reach on Facebook. This is based on activities such as watching videos, sharing links to their website on Facebook, and interacting with their Facebook content. There may be reasons that you're seeing this ad, including Wilco wants to reach people between 24 and 55 who live in Uganda. This information is based on your profile, and do you see how powerful this is? So immediately I know this guy is retargeting. This is a retargeting ad because he's reaching people based on an activity taken, either watching that video on Facebook or visiting that website. So this is a retargeting ad. But also it gives me the audience, 24 to 55, who live in Uganda. But he's not actually targeting people who live in Uganda. He's targeting me because he's my friend, and I usually check out his stuff. I've bought a lot of his tools that I use and things like that. So he's not targeting Ugandans, but rather targeting people between 24 and 55 who have visited his what? His Facebook page, watched videos, or have visited his website. And that's because we're interested in marketing. That's the first way. So immediately from here, I'll want to, yes, I'll just click that and I go on. So immediately I want to come down to the ad itself, and I want to see what's like 93 comments, 306 shares, 84k views. Okay, this is exceptionally good. So what I immediately want to do is I'm going to open this link because it's advertising it on this page. All right, I'm going to open this link and I'll just make sure I have that URL saved for later on, not for now, for later on. Okay, so have you seen how I run, how I go about my research? That's the very first way I go about doing the research, is to see what other marketeers are already posting. And the moment it's going viral like this, it means this ad is working. So I'm going to continue looking through and just seeing anyone else who is doing sponsored ads. Most of the times your competitors are going to target you. Now there's another one here. This is in SEO. I used to do a lot of SEO, and I visited this guy's site a lot. And because I visited his site, he has retargeted me. Okay, this is a retargeting ad. I no longer do a lot of SEO anymore, search engine optimization, but it's a retargeting ad. Again, I would go ahead and do the same thing. Okay, why am I seeing this? And one reason the ad is that wants to reach people who have visited their website. Okay, 18 years old who live in Uganda. Now, the only thing here is that the country here doesn't really matter for me that much. But the thing is, anyone who is 18 years and above who has visited his website and is a man, that's the audience. So I know that's the age group. And also I know it's because people have visited his site. So this is a what? A retargeting ad. At times, you're going to find this saying, people who are interested in, then they list the interests. Let's keep scrolling and see if we can find any. Now this video might be about 15-20 minutes, I don't know, but it will be one of the most helpful videos you ever go through. Let's see this guy. This is not really any much of my competitors, but I visited that site. I don't know what I was checking for, but yes. Don Wilson, no. Let's see. Keep the faith. I also visited this guy's site because of something else. Now you see, Keep the Faith wants to reach people interested in God based on activities such as liking pages and clicking on ads. Are you seeing that? Under 18 years or above. So this is an interest kind of Like, so if you see people interested in God, that's the interest. At times it will be God, marketing, God, Jesus Christ, all those things, and they'll be targeting those who like, people who like these pages and click on ads related to God. So this is the very first way in which I do what? I do my targeting. I go on my timeline and keep saving ads from competitors. Now, secondly, if I want to dig deeper into these audiences, remember we're trying to find audiences, yeah, for your ad that you want to set up to get a maximum ROI. If someone is running an ad on a certain audience and it's working very well, it means it can work for you too. All right, it means it can work for you too. You can target those audiences and narrow them to your country. You can use those exact same interests, narrow those audiences to your specific country. Now let's look at using third-party tool. I have loads and loads of third-party tools, but let's go for Ads Visor, and I'll go for mobile. You remember the link I copied here from Wilco de Cray, his Facebook page URL. Usually what I do is I click on this page and I get the Facebook page URL of this person. Okay, so I'll just come here and I'll type Wilco code. Before I start typing things I don't know, let me just go back, and I don't want to misspell. Let's actually go with keep the faith. Keep the faith. Let's just go with our Facebook page. I pick that Facebook page, I put it in. Let me go to the dashboard and I'll paste this link in here, and I'll just not tamper with any one of these. Let me just find ads now. I just want to see. So this page doesn't have anything. Let me go to news mobile and I just type keep the faith. Okay, sweet. So here are the ads. Okay, you see that? Here are the ads. Now immediately I could just click on this ad and it will take me specifically to that very photo, or I can come and just try and look into the ad and see how it's, oh sorry, it will just immediately give me some specifics. It will show me it's targeting, this person, the page is targeting males between 25 and 34, then another group of males between 35 and 54, like that. Yeah, so immediately I can see a few things. Now this is version 1 of Ads Visor. It's easier. So you see, for example, you can see the URL of the advertiser. They're targeting the United States. They're targeting males between 35 to 54. Like there's more to the ads than what the other ones usually give you. Yeah, so it's easy. Keep the faith, newsfeed, mobile. They're targeting mobile specifically. This is the URL. Males, this, and as you saw from the ad itself when I showed you, they have spent 14,000 so far on this ad, and it's performing well. When someone spends 14,000, it means they're making a lot of money from it. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you. You can use Ads Visor to get many more ideas of how an ad is performing. I think this is the same one we just looked at. Yeah, they're mainly targeting males for them. Newsfeed. This one perhaps didn't perform so well. This performed quite well. This performed excellently well. Yeah, so you get the idea. So that's how you can use third-party tools. Sort of give you a sneak peek. There's all sorts of third-party tools. You can use Show Ad Ninja. You can use What Runs Where, Ads Visor. and a few other shenanigan tools that I can't share on this video because this video is going to be public. But that's technically how I go about doing research, because the first thing we want to do in checking out our audience is to find out what our competitors are already doing. And rather than reinventing the wheel, just go with that. Now, after you found your first audience from here, you can by the spend close to 2, 3, 4